Hello, fabulous Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2014, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Well, what I love about this month for you actually happens right at the end of the month, and you'll be carrying this energy into next month, whereas the beginning of the month, as I spoke about in the general horoscope, is about home and what's happened with your past. It is about, in the middle of the month, it's about your career, and you're thinking about aspiration and goals. But towards the end of the month, that is when the fun begins. That is when you are really allowing yourself to become more open to getting in touch with what you are passionate about and an energy of passion. Now, I'll talk about the passionate about in more of a general way in your general horoscope for next month in the general horoscope. But for the love perspective of this, what I love about this eclipse that is happening at the very end of the month is it is happening in a part of the sky that has to do with fertility and flirtation. And this is really important actually to nurture a sense of real connection with another person. And this is about understanding that if a connection is going to eventually get to the place where it is stable and strong, then it needs to first be in a place where it's able to be light and it's able to be fun, where you're able to have those initial experiences with this other person that allow you to feel a level of upliftment, a level of lightness, a level of joy together, and a level of just feeling like this person adds something that is sweet and pleasurable into your life. Feeling that rush of love, the rush of flirtation, the high that brings. That's the kind of energy that we have happening for you towards the end of the month. And it is speaking to a lot of other power players in the sky, adding potency to this. And it does suggest, especially for those of you who are not currently in a committed relationship, the chance of you actually making a connection with somebody with real potential to last long term is very strong right now. For those of you who are attached, I do think the likelihood of you sort of reconnecting and having some romantic experiences that remind you of some of the early days is very possible now. If you are one of those people who's wanted to have children or more children, as I said, this is fertility as well. There's a lot of fertile energy out there. So just be mindful of that, okay? And use that to your advantage. I think you could find yourself with some very happy news. If you are one of those people who's not as inclined to have children right now, then of course you can utilize this fertility energy, but still know how to not have it fully manifest. And especially where it comes to love and especially where it comes to committed relationships. Those of you who sort of have somebody in your sphere right now, I do think that the likelihood of you continuing to nurture that bond is there. But I gotta say, because this is an eclipse, and an eclipse, especially a solar eclipse, is a brand new beginning, and it tends to just show up out of nowhere. Like, think of the symbolism of an eclipse, right? It is the sun, the light of the sun, all of a sudden not there and then there, right? And then revealed, if you will, flooding the world with light. And so it is with you that I do think the likelihood, as I said, with the singles and also with those of you who have somebody in your sphere, the likelihood of you meeting someone new is very possible. And this person would have really strong indications of being somebody who could be there for the bigger picture. But what's also happening here, what I find really interesting, is if you do have somebody in your sphere, there is also the possibility that with this person, there is sort of an awakening, if you will, and a feeling that, yes, this is somebody I can really have fun with. All of a sudden, you feel like a valve sort of switches, and all of a sudden you are relaxed and you're free and you're able to really enjoy their company, whereas before maybe you've been a little timid, maybe you've been taking it a little bit slow. Now something switches for you and you're able to just really feel like you can be yourself, however it is that you are most happiest. And that's ultimately what we're going for this month. It is happiness. It is your understanding of what it is that's going to bring happiness to your life that is highlighted now. And this energy is not going to just disappear, right? It's not just for a couple of of days. It's at the end of the month, but I do think that there's the possibility of this really stretching into earlier parts of the month. But more importantly, with this eclipse happening towards the end of the month, this is energy you're going to carry forward. So get the more personal stuff together in the early part of the month. Have those very sort of heart-to-hearts, especially with yourself in the early part of the month. But it is towards the end that you are going to find yourself just blossoming. That's the best way to put it. Blossoming and opening yourself up to greater joy and greater love than you've known before. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.